So of course this is the Save the World Homebase status report 2/16/2021. Otherwise, the status report that goes with the updates from this morning / yesterday. 15.40, I think. Regardless, basically all it kind of says, like, February 21st, 2021 at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, turn on the charm with Dashing Hawk and the Lovesong bow. Beginning of the week on February 27, 2021, bring the Valor in the new Save the World questline to unlock Homebase's own Major Oswald. The Husks won't stand a chance. Be sure to read up on the quality of life and crowd control changes that were made in this week's updates. And of course, as it just said up there, February 21st, bring the love with Dashing Hawk and the Lovesong. Which is ironic because I don't think you'd want to use those two, like that weapon with this hero, but regardless. I have some gameplay of Dashing Hawk, so I'm going to kind of throw it up here. And as mentioned, at least I think I mentioned it, I can't even remember at this point because I failed something trying to read this part so many times already that I'm getting irritated. He will be available on the event store, I believe 2,800 gold, starting February 21 at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And in my opinion, he is a hero worth picking up if you like lefty and righty. Additionally, the Lovesong bow will be available on February 21 at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Make the Husks love struck with the Lovesong bow. Keeping the bow drawn past max charge will fire an arrow that stuns the enemy for 10 seconds. Weapon damage will break this effect, and of course, it does not affect the mini-bosses it does not affect bosses or mini-bosses, or enemies that have recently been love-struck. This will also be available from the event store, starting February 21st at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. I believe 1,680 gold. And of course, February 21 at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, the Wargames Invasion banner. Defend your home base from the Invasion Wargame to unlock its banner. Pretty cool looking banner. I probably won't bother doing this because I find it highly unlikely that I'll change my banner. And there's some mention of Extraterrestrial Rio's perk change, which I believe she got nerfed a bit, but that's just because it was too powerful with some things. You can see her new perk here. And here's the super exciting part. We have the mentioned quality of life changes. Commanders, fall in. Seems that the storm's done a number on those pesky nurses, and they no longer stack their heal empowered on Husks. Not sure what Storm Genius thought that this was a good idea in the first place, but it seems that they've come to their senses. They heal Husks at the same rate, regardless of how many nurses there are. Which this is great because now you can't have, say, more than one healing Husk with a crowd of enemies and all like healing everything, and like the healing Husks can't heal each other, and they're healing at the same rate as one, even if there are multiple. I also like the fact that here they kind of made fun of whoever came up with the idea that they would stack, or I guess this is in the perspective of Major saying this. In the higher levels of Twine Peaks, the Husks seem to be dealing less damage to our structures with their attacks, bombs, projectiles, and every other thing they decide to throw at your base. This is a win-win. Commanders, let's use this to our advantage. Basically, it seems that the Husks are going to be dealing less damage with their attacks and everything. Propanes, maybe exploding death bomb, and all. I don't even know. But this is definitely a really good change, and it's definitely going to make some of the higher level missions easier to play if the Husks aren't going to be that effective to every wall they touch. Finally, reports are showing that our crowd control and effects aren't quite as potent. Looks like we'll be able to keep them controlled for the first 5 effects before they become immune to our tactical shenanigans. Tactical shenanigans. I don't know why, but that just makes me laugh. This applies to stuns, knockbacks, freezes, tar traps, and all that jazz that makes the Husks dance. Luckily for us, our commanders are packing some serious firepower and should be able to control them long enough before having to eliminate him. Major Oswald. Basically, this whole part is kind of explaining that what they're doing to kind of prevent jail building. What they've done here is that the first 5 effects of crowd control traps, like sound walls, floor freeze, wall lights, and all that, like only the first 5 effects on a single enemy before they become immune. So say your wall lights can't hit the same husk like more than 5 times. Let's talk crafting, commanders. I've made some breakthroughs with trap crafting, and higher tier traps no longer require increased resources when crafting. This means that a legendary item or legendary trap will now cost the same to craft as the common or a lower rarity variant of this trap. Which is a really good thing because it kind of just makes your legendary traps cheaper despite, like, regardless of which tier it is. Whereas this will still affect all tiers of traps. So basically, all traps have the same crafting requirements as their common variant, which is great because the common trap has the lower requirements. This change will also provide us with some higher level materials while exploring Entwined Peaks, especially at the higher power level zones. Those sweet 5-star materials will be found more often, while 4-star drops less often. This also means more quartz and crystals all around. Finally, I've done some scavenging of my own and picked up those low rarity weapons and traps in the top end of Twine Peaks. Who needs them at that level anyways? Less common means more rares, which is great. Common weapon and trap drops will be phased out in early Canny Valley, uncommon in early Twine, and rare in the mid Twine. As they are phased out, the rate of higher rarity weapons and traps drop will increase. Don't need them, break them down and get those sweet higher tier materials. Which is great. Basically what this is saying is, like, say when you're playing Twine missions, you won't be able to get like gray wooden floor spikes or like a gray like hunting rifle or pistol or something. Which is great because instead you'll be getting maybe a purple or gold tier 4 or 5 weapon depending on your zone. Or tier 4 or 5 trap. To which you can recycle that and then get some material to go towards your own traps. Pretty awesome. One of the side effects of being a business wolf is wolf-like efficiency. We've had some changes in the research and development and discovered some new inventory efficiencies. With these advancements, crafting ingredients now stack up to 999 rather than 200. This has got to be one of the best of those changes, aside from the whole material stuff. Reason why I say that is because you're saving so much of your backpack space when each stack is 999 for your crafting ingredients instead of 200. So I had to go and like actually drop my material and restack everything up to 999, but I definitely saved a lot of backpack space doing this. Like, I went from I think 180 of 220 down to maybe 95 of 220. Which just means I have so much more space for more material, more weapons, more anything. And of course, coming on the 27th of February, show the husks your Valor with the new quest line, where you'll get Major Oswald as a hero. February 27, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, help him rediscover his inner soldier and recruit him to join your fight against the Horde. This is going to be one of the most fun heroes to possibly use. I can guarantee it. No, I can't. He's going to be fun in perspective of the character, but his perk, I don't know. Standard perk, Command Presence. Warcry snares enemies within his range by 30% for its duration. Or Commander perk, Command Presence, plus Warcry snares enemies within his range by 30% for its duration. Additionally, affected enemies take 25 increased weapon damage, well, 25% increased weapon damage. Which I would imagine this would stack possibly pretty well with Special Forces Banshee and her buff for Warcry as commander, but I don't know. You would have to run 2 Warcry heroes in your team, and I don't know if that's worth it. And of course, he will be available from the Valor questline on February 27, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Val, reporting for duty. This is the defender. This is the defender. I've already seen photos of this defender, but I'm still like super excited because this is something I don't have, and I definitely want it, even if it is only a melee defender. If anyone can get through to the major, it's his favorite student, Val. Fight through the Valor questline to unlock Homebase's favorite bruiser defender on February 27 at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. So, with its mention of the Valor questline, that means Major and Val are part of the same questline. So, if you want to get them both, you will need to do the questline. And of course, as mentioned, it's available from as soon as February 27, 7 p.m. Eastern Time is what I'm trying to say. As soon as that. So basically February 27 at Shop Reset. Bring the Pain with Fallen Love Ranger Jonesy. He's not a new hero, but definitely something I'd recommend to pick up because he can be a bit useful for things. Because as standard, eliminations restore 6 energy over 3 seconds, and that duration is refreshed with additional eliminations. As a commander perk, Fuel for the Fallen Plus, eliminations restore as much as 18 energy over 3 seconds, duration is refreshed with additional eliminations. He will be available in the event store on February 27 at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. I believe 2,800 gold. And of course, February 27, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, War Games Quantum Cooldown. Try to keep your attention on the teleporting bomb. In this simulation, an unstable bomb is teleporting around your base. The husks are drawn to its energy and try and destroy it. Quickly adapt to protect its new location as the husks take new and unexpected routes. It's a pretty cool banner, but I don't know, I'm probably not going to do that either. And of course, just the thing about the Machinist Mina pack, which is available still, but it's available for those who either don't have Save the World and want to buy it, or for those who already own Save the World but want like the character and the trap, 1,000 V-Bucks, tickets, whatnot, all of that. And of course, as usual, I will leave this Homebase status report link in the description if you want to check it out for yourself. And I'm out.